Hello folks, welcome back to the garage. Today, as you can probably see, I'm going to be tackling cleaning the chain. But I'm not only going to be cleaning the chain, I'm also going to be cleaning around the front sprocket. Now, items that you're going to need: the obligatory gloves, a brush, an old toothbrush. But I'm also going to be trying out this chain brush from Bike It. See how that works out. Your chosen chain cleaner. On this cross runner, I've fitted a Totoro constant chain luber, a bit like a Scott oiler, which is what this pipe, you might be able to see, is for. Initially, I'm just going to do the main chain, and then I will work on to the front sprocket area around the back there, and you can see in the front sprocket casing there. So first off, the main chain itself. So, get your old rubber gloves on. I'm not a fan of rubber gloves, but this is one of those jobs where I do think they come in handy. Just because this can be such a greasy, dirty job, especially when you're working on the front sprocket. So using this Bike It coiled brush, simply says place it over the chain like so. And then stretch it out so it then touches the whole chain. Using your preferred chain cleaner, simply apply to the chain and then just hold in the brush, pull the chain through it. And then go through 3 or 4 times. And then you simply squeeze it together and remove it from your chain. Now, what I will do is I will still use a conventional brush as well, because I'm sure that has taken some of the crud off, but from where I'm sitting, it's looking like it's just spread some of it around. What I'm going to do now is just use my conventional chain brush. Now this is at the point where you need some rag. I'm just using conventional kitchen rag and kitchen roll. Gently hold it over the chain, clean off the excess. And that, to be fair, is a massive improvement on my chain. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I can actually tell you where my split link is, just here. Because what I did was I got it painted, found my split link just after I had the chain fitted, and my split link is painted in women's nail varnish. Quite an obnoxious colour if I can be, that I could find. Not mine, I hasten to add, the other half's. So that tells me straight away where my split link is. Right, so that's the chain itself done. Now to start cleaning the front sprocket and associated parts. Now one of the parts is this plate. So that's obviously a bit minging. And this is where the old toothbrush will come in handy to just help remove the build-up of grime and crud that is round the front sprocket. It's all very well cleaning your rear sprocket and your chain, but if you don't do the front sprocket now and then, it's actually a bit of a pointless exercise. So it's a good habit to every so often tackle the front sprocket as well. Because if you actually change your own sprockets and chains, it will make your life a lot easier at that point. What I might do actually is leave that to one side in some of this liquid. Just leave that to set. As you can also tell, I've got an old bit of cardboard down here just to protect the floor of the garage. Right, so now it comes to the real dirty work, and that's cleaning round the front of the front sprocket. So what I've done already is remove the front sprocket casing prior to coming onto the video, because I'm sure you don't particularly want to see someone undoing bolts. You can do that yourself. Now this hose here is the XCP Chain lubricating hose from its reservoir. This is the actual casing here, and all round the back there, look at all that crap and gunk that's round the back of the chain, and all round here as well. Look at that, lovely. So for this, I'm going to use my old toothbrush, load it up with the spray, and just make a start in and around the back of the front sprocket. Excuse me if I get in front of the camera. See, what I'm trying to get to is all these crevices round the back of the front sprocket, and simply removing the build-up of grease, gunk and general chain crud that gets in there. Thankfully, as you can tell, I have a good light, but the only problem with that light is it produces a lot of heat, and I don't particularly want the chain cleaner hitting the light, because that could put a dampener on the day. Okay, so that's the round the back of the chain, a damn sight cleaner. Get round the back there like that. There we go. Another good reason to do this every so often is just to check the front teeth on your front sprocket. Yes, you might be able to tell what your rear sprocket looks like on a regular basis, but how often do you actually inspect your front sprocket? If you don't use one of these purpose-made chain cleaners, you can just use good old-fashioned kerosene, or as we call it here in the UK, paraffin, which you can get from all your vehicle maintenance shops. On this particular bike, I can't remove the front sprocket guard because it actually has a component, I believe something to do with the clutch, attached to its outside. And to make my life easier, I simply do it this way. If any of you are interested, this True Tensions motorcycle chain cleaner does have a rather pleasant banana-y aroma, as opposed to some chain cleaners which do smell rather chemically. It reminds me of the smell you get on those foam banana sweets you used to get as a kid. That's the chain cleaned. What I'm now going to do is go ahead and lube the chain. My personal preference is XCP Chain Lube. The reason is, for me, I find it gives good penetration and also helps lubricate the chain nicely in conjunction with my constant flow chain lubricator using the Toro system. The other thing to do now, routinely, if you're only going to be lubricating the chain on a routine basis so that you're not cleaning round the front sprocket, I would recommend you just focus the spray of the lubricant on the actual rear sprocket. However, what I've also done today is, because I am cleaning the front, I've also lubricated around the front sprocket quite deeply. There you go, folks. One chain cleaned, deep cleaned if you like, and lubed and ready for the next ride. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and see you next time.